Dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, episode 162. What do we call this? On Riverside. Studio R, Riverside. So, Chris.
Down by the river.
Good morning. In a van down by the river.
That's right, in a van. The rape van.
Did you say great van?
Yes, I said great van.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. This is really good software here, but I got my headphones on, but I just wanted to clarify that. Okay, good.
That's right. So we're definitely recording remotely.
Why are we recording remotely, Chris? Because we don't like recording remotely.
I got the Rona.
The Rona. My Rona.
Yeah, and it got me good for a bit there in the early part. You know, it's like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's no big deal. Oh, it can be a pretty big deal. And I'm vaccinated, so
yeah. How'd that work out for you?
Yeah, not so great.
Okay,
but I mean, I had fever, 100.4, and then I had a runny nose, a cough, body aches. What else? The body aches were the worst.
Yeah.
The muscle aches, they were the worst. I couldn't sleep. You know, your body moves when you're sleeping in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden you wake up in agony. And I was taking freaking pain pills like Aleve. I started with Aleve. Then I moved into the ibuprofen at regular doses, and then finally I had to kick it up to 800 milligrams at a pop, and that started to take the edge off. But man, fortunately, after the third day, the fever broke, and I'm a week in now, and I'm almost 100% symptom free. Unfortunately, I'm still on COVID protocols for work, so I'm able to, unfortunately, have to chill out a little bit, and that's the worst part is not really being able to do anything and just kind of bouncing off the walls.
Right.
But yeah,
well, I talked to you a couple times, and you sounded like you needed a Snickers bar. You were pretty aggro at the world.
Being cooped up sucks. So. And you think and I'm not a super going to large crowds and whatnot. So how I got it, I have no idea. I mean, I was at a Future Farmers of America rally with my daughter the week before. There was a few hundred students there, but it was
the swine flu you got.
Yeah, maybe or monkeypox.
Monkeypox, yeah.
Haven't had any crazy urge to hump a bowling ball, but whatever.
Any monkeys throwing darts at a board there?
Yeah, the charitable people were there. Anyway, I'm much better. I will be returning to work this coming week. I'm super excited for that, and but it's also given me a lot of time to read books and catch up on a couple of TV shows that I liked watching. But you can only do so much of that before you start to go stir crazy.
Right.
Like I said.
Exactly.
But I did finish the series Bosch, which I think is an excellent TV show with Titus Welliver. If our listeners like a good police drama, it's on Amazon Prime. Very good show. 7 seasons. I finished all 7 seasons in 2 days.
Wow.
No, it took me a little longer than that.
I was going to say that's been watching on high.
It's a good show.
Okay.
So anyway, what have you been up to?
Well, I watched that movie, Waiting.
Waiting.
Yeah, so last podcast, Tyler called in and said you got to watch it. So the other night, I actually ate dinner and was sitting in front of the TV, and I thought, well, what am I going to, do here? I need a little chill time, so I'm like, oh, let me watch that movie, Waiting. And and it started out, I almost shut it off. I'm like, this is freaking effed up, man. But it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, there's some great scenes. Definitely, there's some messed up stuff in that movie. The goat, and of course the shy bladder.
But yeah, he's right. Anybody that's worked in the restaurant industry, that's like the Office Space, the Caddyshack of all those categories. That if it's funny. You've worked.
A lot of truths. Whoever wrote that movie probably,
wrote definitely
it from experience.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, so that's what else? Have you been doing any wheeling or off-roading or goofing off?
Some of us have.
Nice.
Worked on the buggy a little bit. Got it cleaned up and everything from last weekend's activities of pulling timber down the hillside and clearing trail. So getting it ready for the next trip, which probably won't be till, I'm thinking,
Trek?
End of July. No, it'll be August. It'll probably be Sierra Trek. Yeah, for the buggy. So, so that'll be good. And that's just 7 short weeks away. And,
Rivian gave your buggy a run for its money, though.
The what?
The Rivian gave your buggy a run for the money.
You know, it was that was very cool. We talked about that and last podcast, and they are impressive. I was impressed for sure.
Well, those things they're heavy, right? And
I don't know how heavy they are, but
those battery packs are hella heavy.
I don't know.
I saw the videos of that big ass log being pulled away, and I'm like, well, where's the noise? Where's the fuss? Where's the fuss?
Right.
There was nothing. It was just like, bzzz,
yeah, you could hear them going on the trail, and I got out of the buggy, so I shut off the buggy, got out of the buggy in a couple of the more difficult sections, just to guide them and see if they needed any help. And you hear all the twigs breaking on the trail, the pine cones, everything you're driving over, and that you normally don't hear when you're in a V8 buggy. So
right.
It was kind of surreal. It was a different experience for sure, watching them go navigate the terrain.
It's the future, man.
All right, man. I don't know. Don't want to give up my V8.
Yeah, well.
But I may have to if fuel prices keep going up.
Yeah, I don't like going to the gas station anymore.
So. Talking about Trek, we had a special guest.
Yes, we did.
The what did we finally end up calling her? Was she the CEO, the
chairman of the board,
CTO, chairman of the board? Yeah. So Renee Allen was on, and
yes.
She talked all about the Trek event that's coming up. That is one of our favorite events for sure, that we look forward to going to every year. And she gives us all the details. So you want to roll that?
Absolutely. Let's make it happen.
All right. Chris, we are here once again with the lovely Renee Allen.
Good morning.
Co-chair of Sierra Trek 2022.
Wait. What did you say? Co-chair?
Yeah. Aren't you co-chair? With your husband?
What's the inside joke?
I would say bump me up another notch. This is more than a co-chair
President,
job.
CEO, chairman.
There you go.
Chairman of the board.
Of Sierra Trek 2022. Renee Allen. How are you? Good morning.
Good. I'm helping him be chairman. How's that? But
well, there you go.
I'm doing way more. I'm doing way more than a co-chair does. That's for sure.
Well, what
it's made for light work.
It's a huge undertaking. It is a all volunteer event, huge event, big fundraiser for Cal 4-Wheel, California Association of 4-Wheel Drive Clubs, and we wanted to get you on because we need some people to register. We need people to get excited about this event. This is my favorite trail, the Fordyce Creek Trail, but as we know and we've talked about in the past, there's other trails. There's great meals. There's entertainment, and just a lot of great four-wheeling camaraderie.
The bar.
The bar, yes. The goat's milk.
Goat's milk will be there. Milk.
So tell us, give us a little update on what's going on and what we've got.
Well, Sierra Trek, we only have one more planning committee meeting, but Sierra Trek is coming together nicely. Registration is still open. It is open until July 20th if you would like a meal, but we will take registrations up until the day of.
Okay.
But as far as if you want food, July 20th is the cutoff to get food because obviously we have to make the order with Cisco and everything. But while we're on that, I'll kind of change it up to give you a rundown on our menu if you would like.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
Let's start with food. Food's always good.
People who have never been to Trek and want to know what Trek involves your registration. You get a run. You can add a run on if you would like, but you get your main run, you get your meals, and that is for Thursday dinner, Friday breakfast dinner, Saturday breakfast dinner, and Sunday breakfast. Right. So you get a lot of food included in your registration. We have the band Friday, Saturday nights. We have the dance floor will be open. We have a raffle. We have a silent auction. We have the kids raffle. We'll be having our cornhole tournament again.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We'll have the snack bar will be good to go. We have a really good vendor show. I don't know what our vendor count is at the last moment, but I know that some of our bigger vendors is Power Tank, Metal Cloak obviously would be up there. It's the main sponsor. We've got Raceline. We've got our usual big top people.
BFG going to be back up there?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. And so our meals will be including, and yes, goat's milk will be at the bar because the Capital City Mountain Goats are doing our bar again.
The secret recipe,
awesome.
goat's milk. It's pink. How would you describe it? It's kind of pina colada-esque.
Yes, it is a pina colada-esque, but it has a pink lemonade look to it.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
I don't know what's in it, but it's
I don't care what's in it.
A couple of those, you won't have any more cares in the world.
That is true. So Thursday dinner is pulled pork sandwiches with coleslaw and mac and cheese.
Nice.
Friday breakfast, we are serving pancakes with scrambled eggs and ham. Friday dinner is chicken skewers with barbecue ribs, beans, pasta salad, and the salad bar will be back.
Oh, we like the salad bar.
Yes. Saturday breakfast is going to be scrambled egg, sausage, biscuits, and gravy. Saturday dinner is our traditional tri-tip with corn on the cob, loaded mashed potatoes, salad bar. And Sunday breakfast is going to be breakfast burritos with sausage or ham and egg with pancakes.
Making me hungry.
I know, right?
Man, I haven't had breakfast yet. I'll be right there.
You know what's great with these meals included, you don't have to bring all your cooking gear up and stuff. You just need some snacks, and you really don't even need to bring snacks because you got the snack bar in camp too.
Yep, and the snack bar will have their usual popcorn, root beer floats. They have hot dogs, I believe, hamburgers. Yeah. They've got a little bit of everything at the snack bar. Mm-hmm.
That's nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. Yep.
How do you know it's nacho cheese?
So the snack bar will be going, the bar will be going. That's pretty much all day Friday, Saturday because we have the vendor show going on.
Correct.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, and this is all for the low price of.
So for registration, yes, for the low price of. So let me talk about the runs first, if you would like, real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
yes, sir.
For nobody who, for any listeners out there who have never been to Trek is for the North District, but it's a Cal 4-wheel. It's one of their biggest events. There is a misconception that Sierra Trek is all about Fordyce. It is not.
Right.
Even though that
Hardcore.
is the popular one that everybody wants to run, we do have something for everybody. So we have an overnight run. There's a river run that goes down Winchell. If you don't want to do the whole trail, we offer a river run, which does Winchell 543, has lunch at the river, and then turned around and comes back up to the main camp.
Run too.
That is a great run because
about a 4-hour trip or so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really well set up rigs and a lot of fun.
But you also get a taste of what Fordyce is like without going all the way through the trail, which, as we know, that's a pretty brutal day when you do that entire trail. So if somebody's like, well, I really kind of want to see what it is, but I really am a little nervous, the river run is the best option because you get that little bit of a taste for it, but you're not like killing yourself or your rig to do the entire trail.
Yeah, and if you've got a non-street legal buggy, you can just leave right from camp, go down the trail, have a nice little lunch, and then come right back up.
Exactly. Yes.
Don't have to get tow rigs out and stuff like that. So, and you return right back to camp for all the festivities.
Exactly, because we do have a lot of festivities going on. And back to real quick base camp. Diva Rocks is our band again for Friday and Saturday nights.
Is it the same one as last year?
Yep. And the year before,
yep.
Melissa and her band will be up there playing away for us.
Nice.
Yep. So we have our river run, and then we also offer an ATV, UTV run for 2 days on Friday and Saturday. They are different runs both days.
Okay.
Where the side-by-sides, they take them out and about. They just go all over the place, finding different little hidden gems throughout the Sierras. And then
a lot of areas.
The popularity of those rigs is really jumping, huh?
Our registration on that is a little down because we've been trying to promote it, but I don't know what the deal is, but we can't seem to get them up there. But we still offer the run for everybody because they'll still go out and go play and have some fun. Then we have the Signal Peak run, which will go obviously back down 80 and around and do Signal Peak and come back.
Right on.
So we have the Signal Peak run. And then we offer, and that's on Friday. On Saturday, we have an Outer Limits run, which goes and runs the Bear Valley Loop Trail. And that's actually a fun little trail for somebody that doesn't want to do, a dirt road, but they want a little bit of something in there and they don't want to run Fordyce because as we all know, and we've run that trail, that's a good little, it's got bypasses, but it's got a little bit of everything. So we let them run the Outer Limits run on Saturday. And then
so the steeper hill climbs and stuff have bypasses, which is great. So if you want some challenge, you can have it. But if you just want to take it easy, you can totally do that too. So and it's a beautiful
what are the minimum
area.
rig requirements for
the Outer Limits run? You don't need to have. I mean, you can run that in your basic 4-wheel drive truck if you wanted to, or your basic 4-wheel drive Jeep.
So 33s and
probably
locker or no lockers required. Okay. Perfect. All right.
And then also on Saturday we have the Historic run, which goes down to Truckee, goes up the old Donner Pass Highway to the train trestles on the other side, and they give you Jim Branham is the one who does that every year, and he gives a historic history on the train trestles and history up there around Donner Lake and Truckee.
And there's another scenic run right there, and man, Jim does a great job with the historical. It's just fun to go, even if you got to set up a rig and you just want to get some of the history of that area because it's so rich in gold mining.
Yep, and we do. And we have people that have done that for like 5 years in a row just because they enjoy it so much.
Yeah. And of course, the Donner Party.
Yes, the Donner Party. Yep, but they only did their run once.
Donner Party at 7 now. Donner Party at 7.
Donner Party at 6.
So,
Party
and then you've got the granddaddy is the Fordyce Trail. So Fordyce, as we know, is lockers front and rear. I would say a 35. One thing that we encourage people, if they've never done Fordyce, but they've wanted to do Fordyce, we have trail crew, and we have all the winch hills manned, all 5. So,
and that is a great point because you've got help out there, and there's very capable rigs out there helping you on the trail.
Exactly.
And nobody gets left out there overnight. No. I mean, there's been some pretty bad breaks.
We have drag.
There's drag, and then there's people that come down from camp. I've shuttled parts down from camp before, and
John's
helped
had
out.
To go,
and of course, John's welded.
Yeah,
and,
he's had to leave camp to go weld, or they've brought him parts.
We get everybody back to camp at night, so it's a great.
And here's to add to that is even if you're stuck on the trail and you think you're going to miss dinner, if the trail crew has radioed to main camp, we will not close the kitchen down until the crew comes in. And
everybody gets fed.
And last year is a good point because it was a long day on the trail and they didn't get back until really, really late, and we did not close the kitchen down and everybody had hot food.
Right. Yeah, that is a great point. And the communications, Tyler takes care of communications, so there's some I know he's got some new tricks up his sleeve this year.
He does. But yes,
communication keeps improving every year up there.
And Tyler is on it. He is great with our communications.
Did he get a bigger propeller hat or what?
Yes. Maybe I need to go and buy him one of those. That would be kind of funny.
Antenna.
Here, this is from Wheel Wine and Whiskey, and maybe we'll put one of your little your patches on it for him.
Perfect.
I'm Amazon shopping now. I got to get him a propeller hat, and we'll put a Wheel Wine and Whiskey little logo on it for him.
There you
So
go.
patch on.
Yep. So we also have logo T-shirts that when you register, you can order event T-shirts. I don't have too many of them available at main camp, but we will have those available until I think the cutoff for those is July 15th, 12th or 15th, somewhere around the middle of the month because I got to get everything ordered.
And the logo's great. It's a 55-year anniversary.
It is the 55th.
Years.
It's
Holy moly,
It's
55
the same age
years.
as Chris.
Not
same
quite.
age. It's
They're
the same age as
close.
Renee.
You're older
I
than
obviously.
Wow. Look at this. Look at all the dirt that comes out on the podcast.
Hey, I'm
Man, I'm
I
feeling
say
young
it
now.
proudly because, it's not too many of us women, especially my age, that, there are still a few of us, but we still go out and enjoy the trail and drive our Jeeps and,
Heck yeah.
life's too short. You got to go out and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And I don't hang around with
Well
boring
said.
people. So,
No. So, so that's awesome. So, did we talk price?
No,
don't
I
think
was
we had
getting back
price
to that.
yet.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I got sidetracked.
That's all right.
Okay.
Squirrel. That's what we do. We just keep.
So the price
down the
is,
trail.
if you're doing the Wednesday, which is the overnight SUV historic trip, that one is $275 a person just because that's the overnight run. But it's $225 per adult for any of the other runs. But if you don't want to do a run, we do have an option of camping and entertainment, camping food and entertainment only, meaning you can come and camp, get your food, hang out on Friday, Saturday nights with the band, do some dancing, buy some raffle tickets. That one is $165.
Okay.
Say yeah.
And this is again fundraiser for Cal 4 Wheel, which helps keep trails open in the state of California here, and they fight the good fight. So I mean, this is people aren't lining their pockets with this. This is going right back into our.
This is what I mean. They keep our trails open. They help. We have a natural resources consultant now, and this is what people Cal 4 Wheel helps keep our trails that we go out and enjoy open. They are fighting the fight for us to make stuff happen. So if you'd like to get out
and
there
then,
and wheel,
this whole event is great, and the food, you get great chow, trail, get support on the trails, and plenty of activities in camp. I mean, it's a bargain, and that's not even a tank of gas right now for your diesel pickup.
Yes.
So it's less than a tank.
and we
of
will
gas.
have the RC cars back. The RC cars are
Really?
coming back.
Oh, now that was
boy.
fun.
Yeah.
Last year. I got to dabble with some rock crawler.
That's something I can afford to do.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff.
So
going
let's
on.
mention base camp.
Let's
We get
do
the
it.
campfire. You have the big campfire every night. We have a huge bonfire. And we are at Meadow Lake, which if nobody knows Meadow Lake is a beautiful, beautiful lake that you will be like,
Shh, keep it a secret. Keep it a
oh,
secret.
shh. Okay.
No, it's a
And
beautiful
if
place.
you
One of
are
the most
wanting
beautiful
that
places
camping
out there.
food and entertainment package, because there's a lot of families that come up for the week, you bring your kayak, you bring your paddleboard. There's plenty to do, lots of camping, lots of kids. It's
Swimming,
Yeah.
hiking, yep. Also, great places to explore. There's caves. There's cave drawings on the walls on the cave walls.
we're
you
a
can
couple
look
hours
for.
from Truckee.
Very cool
If
stuff.
you wanted to take a day and go into town or whatever, you're a couple of hours away.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
It is a very cool area. It's remote. You get out there, and it's just a nice little Shangri-La.
It is Shangri-La.
A lot of
I
Shangri-La
spend 10
places
days
to
up there, and that
explore,
is
for
my
sure.
that is one of my two happy places.
And yeah, that and Rubicon Springs.
Yes, Rubicon
Right?
Springs.
Yeah,
Rubicon Springs
yeah.
is number one, and the Meadow Lake is very special to me for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's this will be my 26th year of going up there. My 26th, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pushing 30 or
You
31.
and I think John's first was 91. Yeah, both of you, because both of you started going.
I was 90.
Yeah.
Jason was going there in diapers.
Him and John both.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys.
So that's great. So how do they sign up?
Okay, so sign up is easy. You can go to the Cal Four Wheel website under events, hit Sierra Trek, and you can register that way, and you can sign up for all of your runs. You can do your add-on runs. If anybody has any questions, we have an email address that John monitors. It is cal4sierratrek@gmail.com.
Okay.
And if you had any questions on registration or anything else, but that is where you would go to register. And if there's any questions, our webmaster who monitors the registration page, she's really easily accessible to ask any questions to as well.
Right on. And Chris will put that in the show notes, won't you, Chris?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Cal Four Wheel email, and actually there's a Facebook page for Sierra Trek as well that I monitor. So I've been keeping that updated with stuff and info and what's going on. So any information, please feel free to check that out. Trying to do some throwback pictures because people don't believe that back in the day we could run the Ford Ice in 33s, but we did.
31.
31s too, yeah. Hey,
I did it in 31 CJ5. And then I stepped up to 32s. Yeah.
Oh, my God,
woo!
big.
Hey, back in the day, I remember when the 31s were the big tire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's where we are.
I know. Seriously, we've got to quit doing that. So, but Saturday night is the big party, the big raffle we do. We have a huge raffle. We'll do the silent auction. There's also the kids raffle because we want to make sure that we include our future wheelers in there and they get part of the action. So we always have something for the kids as well.
Absolutely.
But Saturday night, like I said, Diva Rocks band will be there Friday night and Saturday night again.
Awesome.
Yep. Go
Looking forward to it.
Late
I'll
into
be
the
there.
night.
You guys will be there.
Dance till you drop.
That's right.
Chris.
What's that?
Dance till you drop.
Dance till you drop.
Oh, yeah. Well, that doesn't take much. I'll be in bed by 8.
Brother,
So,
what are we going to do with you? Come on, Chris. You might have to stay up just a little bit, maybe 8:05, 8:10.
Well, there you go.
8:05. That's a good beer. Okay, I'll stay up. So I'll stay up for an 8:05.
Hey, everybody out there, you've heard it. Chris is going to stay up for an 8:05.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I'm really looking forward to the event. It's just so much fun, and there's so many great people up there.
You know,
and
it's
the scenery.
It's really interesting when you go on the inside now, like John and I are. When you co-chair is one thing, but then when you bump up into a chair position, it is an eye-opening experience of really how much work and coordination and stuff goes into putting on an event like this. Because we see that the volunteers are there. We have clubs and individuals that help with everything from the winch hills to the trail crew to the food to...
Yeah, it's over 100 volunteers.
Everything is all volunteer-based to help put this on. And it just opens your eyes to how much work goes to coordinating all the volunteers and making sure you have everything covered and basis. And on John and the reason we stepped up because somebody would, especially the people that know us, how much stuff we have on our plate in the first place. You're like, why in the world would you take something like this on? And it's like, well, first of all, this event is very near and dear to both of us because this was our first date. This event was our first date back in 97. And then John proposed 5 years later going up Winch Hill 1. Or 4 years later going up Winch Hill 1. So it's a big event and it keeps our trails open and we're life members of Cal 4. It's very important to help what's keeping our trails open for the sport that we love and are very passionate about. Absolutely. So if we can step up and commit to this for 2 years, oh God, check my head. Then that's what we're doing to make sure that this event happens. It goes off well. We love hanging out with all of our friends. We love meeting new people. And that's the thing is you see the families that have been going there for 50 years 40 years, whatever. And the kids are now grown up and in high school or out of high school.
Second, third generation.
And you see the kids every year and you're like, oh my God, you've grown a foot in the year. You know, it's like you get to see the kids that are now growing up, and it's just really kind of cool to see how the families, and you have the clubs and the families that camp in the same spot every single year. We all know where their spots are, and everybody's respectful of that. And don't worry, there's plenty of camping for everybody.
Oh, we forgot to mention showers. There's going to be showers available again. I mean,
yep. Sierra Treasure Hunters
so you don't have to
will
dip in the
have their
lake.
showers again. That is very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hot showers.
Yes, we have the hot showers. So,
And it's only like $5 or something.
It'll be the same price. We did check, and everything is clean and running and ready to go.
Perfect.
So we have, we have the Sierra Treasure Hunters. We have the Nevada Nomads. We have a bunch of different clubs that help out on the runs. Grass Valley, Walking Jeepers, Friends of Fordyce. We have a couple of new clubs coming in to help out. Gold Hill Posses and Railtown Off-Road. They're coming in to... John and I did a lot of going to different clubs throughout the North District and trying to get clubs that we hadn't seen in before or in a while, trying to say, hey, we really would like some help. Do you guys want to get involved? And they were very receptive and open to coming. Yeah, what can we do to help you guys? And if anybody does want to volunteer, we do still have some spots open for volunteering. And you are able to do a run at a discounted rate if you wanted to volunteer. And if you wanted to volunteer, you can either hit us up on the Trek Facebook page or that email address. Because there are positions open and we can always use help here, there, everywhere. Setup is the weekend before. So the 5th, what is that? The 5th and 6th, I think. The weekend before Trek is our setup weekend. So anybody that wants to come and help set up, it takes a lot of people to set up all of those tents, the stage for the band, the cook area, everything. It just takes a lot to get all that set up. So we welcome anybody that wants to come up the weekend before to help set up. We have the Winch Hills or NorCal Crawlers, Fordyce, Santa Cruz, Grass Valley again. We have the Forest Hill Four-Wheelers are doing the raffle. Capital City Mountain Goats are doing the bar. Highlanders are doing the snack bar. We have... Who else do we have? Just some people and clubs that I'm just kind of shouting out on.
Well,
we have
there's a bunch of random people
a couple of families doing the Thursday dinner. We have Just for Fun for another meal. We just have, and then we have a whole bunch of individuals that are in there as well. We have Amy Segraves, which is our vendor chair. She's the one that helps put the vendor show together. We have camp coordinators. We have staging coordinators. It takes our registration, Steve Egbert. We have Jeff Blewett in there. I mean, we have so many individuals putting this on. I can't name everybody right now because right now we're at like 90 volunteers.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that show up that week before that get camp set up. I mean, it's a major operation of hauling equipment in there, the stage, there's a well on site, and getting that up and running, and all the water faucets for dust and fire control,
and all the stuff.
electricity. I mean, there's a full on generator. I mean, it's a city that gets erected in the middle of the forest there, and it's super cool. But it would not happen without all the volunteers, and it's a thankless job. But man, I've grown there over the years and appreciate all the efforts that have and
we can't forget who our master of ceremonies is Saturday night. It's our very own. It's our
Chris Maines, master of ceremonies.
It's
Congratulations,
our very own
Chris
Jason Green, who does a wonderful job at our master of ceremonies.
Yeah, well,
he does.
I feel like the ringleader. But
that's right.
It's a circus.
And then we have
circus,
another club Mendocino helps do the tear down on Sunday, because you got to set it up, you got to tear it down. So all the trailers get repacked, everything's got to get hauled back to the CalFOR office or wherever everything came from, because we have to get volunteers to drive all this stuff up without their own stuff. So a lot of people drive all the trailers up, and then we unload it, and then they go all the way back home to get their stuff, and then come all the way back up. So
yeah,
it's just you just can't thank everybody, but John and I try to, because if it wasn't for the volunteers, we couldn't do this, obviously. But everybody, you guys, come on up. I know people hear about Sierra Trek, but there's something for everybody. And honestly, if you just kind of want to do the camping, the food and entertainment package, there's that one. If you don't want to run the trail, we do have a lot of people that honestly sign up for that just because they want to come and hang out.
Sure.
Yep.
No, it's super cool.
Yep.
So, and there's something for everybody. Something for everybody. Run what you brung and go enjoy and sign up for that. So that is August 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Coming up in just like seven and a half weeks away, Renee.
Yeah, and people, this is my one big vacation a year. Not that this is a vacation, but it's hopefully this year. Smoke was bad last year. Hopefully no smoke this year. And I've told John, no trips to the emergency room this year, please.
Nope.
Right.
So great. Well, thanks, Renee. We just wanted to get you on and get the updates and thank you guys for all the tireless work, because I know your phone's been going off left and right and texting and emailing,
sleepless,
and you, like to say, going out to these club meetings. I mean, you guys have put in 110% to make this the best one yet. So hats off to you guys. Appreciate your efforts. And,
thanks. Well, I'll keep you guys.
Well, I'll buy you a drink at the bar when I get there.
Thank you. It better be goat's milk.
Goat's milk? Okay, goat's milk or Jack Coke.
Oh, yeah. It might have to be 2 drinks, one each night.
Maybe we'll pull a Tyler. We'll mix them together.
No. But you can bet that I'm now going to be going on to Amazon to get a hat with a little twirly thing on the top.
Okay, good. Perfect. It's all right. He doesn't listen to the podcast anyways. It'll be a total surprise to him.
Right.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you guys on the down low, posted on where we're at as we're getting closer, so you guys can do shout outs to people. And if anybody has any questions and they want to reach out to you guys, please let me know. I'm here all the time because our life is nothing but Sierra Trek now. I got my one trip to the Rubicon, and now everything else is on hold until Sierra Trek. So, yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Me too. Well, I don't
All right.
we don't see you guys registered yet.
I will be registering this morning.
I'll make sure.
I'm literally sitting at my desk for the first time in over, I was at my desk Monday, Tuesday, but that was all billing. So I'm like,
okay, all right, good. Because I'll check my registrations tomorrow to make sure.
Okay.
I need to renew my California membership.
You can do that through your club.
So take care of all that.
Well, you can do it online too, or you can do it when you register for Sierra Trek. All right, there we go. I'm going to stay on you guys.
Here we go.
Right now.
All right, you guys have a really good...
Here's the committee link. Here it is, right here. I'm going to click on the link and make it happen.
You're the Master of Ceremonies, buddy. But if you can't get the Master of Ceremonies title, you can sign up for something else, and I'll make sure you get adjusted. Because you're talking to the right person. I can make stuff happen.
Okay. All right, perfect.
Wow.
All right, guys, you have a really good day. Thank you. Okay,
thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. And there you go. So we've got all the details from Renee.
If you haven't signed up, get signed up.
So yeah, sign up. Go check it out. If you haven't gone, you will not be disappointed if this is going to be your first time. It is. I just can't say enough good stuff about it. Just everything is there.
Awesome.
So, and if you got any questions, of course, you can hit up Chris and I. Hit me up on the IG, Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, or of course Chris or Jason at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com, and we would be happy to answer your question. If we can't answer it, we will pass it to the CEO, as we know people in high places apparently. So that's great.
We have their bat phone number.
Yeah, and then of course Chris will have it in the show notes. But
of course,
I know people are picking and choosing events because of fuel prices and everything that we alluded to earlier, and I know I am. I'm missing an event this weekend, but it is what it is, and gotta kind of save some dollars to still have some fun here. So, Yeah, but this event would be you will not be disappointed for sure. So,
No, it's the bang for your buck. I mean, it's a little bit of a drive in and whatnot, but once you're there, like we said and what you heard in the interview with Renee, everything's there. You got if you come in with just a tent and a cooler full of beer, you're set. And sleeping bag hopefully, but but I mean, obviously Jason and I are gonna roll in there with our Lance campers and whatnot.
Lance life, hashtag Lance life.
But you don't need any of that stuff. I mean, they got the showers, they got the snack bar, they got the meals, they've got the trails, they've got the bar, they've got all that stuff's going on.
And the weather's usually perfect that time of the year.
Weather,
it gets a little warm during the day, but nights are like 65 or something. It's like
all right. So bring your sunscreen.
Chilly,
it's usually
it can be, but it's the Sierras. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. But usually that time of the year, it's really good.
Absolutely. No, it's very good. So right on.
Mentioned Tyler's doing communication up there. Last year, he was like a walking zombie by day 3 because I don't think he slept. So hopefully
he backing off a little bit this year?
Yeah, hopefully. But did you hear about all his 14 transfer case transmission issues?
I have not. I'm way behind on listening to the show.
It's so bad because it's like most of us work on our own rigs. One, because we know how to work on them. 2, because we don't want anybody else working on them. And 3, you get to know your vehicle better, right? So when you're out on the trail, because you're not going to be able to call AAA and say, "Oh, here, go tow that to the local shop and have them work on it."
I'm just going to have a helicopter come and pick up my shit.
Yeah. So I feel for him, man. He was in a time crunch, and same thing, that I just went through. But luckily, I took mine to a very reputable shop, Ultra 4 Racer. So
right,
Justin Hall set me up and took good care of me. So 13 Fab, shout out to 13 Fab. But so Tyler, and he went to a 30-year well-recommended shop, but apparently the mechanic was having a bad day or a bad week, whatever. And there were, you got to listen to their podcast that just came out this past week on Thursday. That just a myriad of issues. I mean, loose bolts. It just attention to detail was clearly not there.
He just needed a new clutch put in, right?
Yeah, so his clutch grenaded, and they took everything apart. Well, he does have, 2 transfer cases? Maybe 3.
2 or 3.
Maybe 3.
Or whatever.
Or doubler. I don't know. I don't know all that Toyota talk. So, anyways, he, had this clutch issue. They fixed it, but it was leaking oil, and they're like, "Yeah, it's leaking oil pretty bad," And Tyler's like, "Well, it wasn't leaking oil when I brought it in." Well, sometimes the seals, when you drain the oil, they'll allow it to leak, and I'm like, "Oh, this is such bullshit."
That's a level of bullshit.
Yeah, it's like who are you talking to? So, anyways, long story short, unfortunately, he ended up having to take everything back apart. Oh, and I was talking to Hussman yesterday, so he went over to Tyler's shop, and they worked on it and got everything working in a few hours. So, and back together the right way. But what a hassle. So basically, I mean, he got a clutch out of the deal, but he spent a lot of money for a clutch.
A lot of labor for nothing.
And labor, yeah. It was just so. It sucks because there are a lot of great mechanics out there, and there's a lot of good shops that do great quality work. But it sucks that he had to go through that. And
well, I haven't listened to the episode, but man, you got to take some pride in your work and your reputation, especially nowadays with social media. You can roast people.
Yeah.
We don't need to be, you don't even need to be somebody, and you can still roast somebody pretty hard with Yelp or even Instagram or, obviously Facebook and whatnot.
Sure.
But man, if you stand behind your work, if it's not up to snuff, you gotta make it right.
But, it obviously major stuff. I mean, if you don't have the shop or the tools, that's not going to happen for the typical shade tree mechanic.
Correct.
But, the basic stuff, tackle it yourself. Call up your buddies and say, "Hey, I want to learn how to do this. Can you come over and just guide me through it?" You could sit there drinking a Busch latte and just tell me what to do,
changing out U-joints,
and that's how exactly,
just
and that's
changing your
stuff,
oil or ball joints, whatever.
That's stuff that's very valuable out on the trail because you get out there and break. You know, it's like, well, hey, yeah, I know what tools I need. I know how to fix that.
I've got the part.
Exactly. Or, you know what part to go get or ask for from people. So, getting to know your rig, if you get super serious into this off-roading, stuff, it's invaluable info out on the trail. So that's, that's that.
Got to talk the talk and walk the walk.
Right. Are you going to do a rant? Oh, I thought a rant was coming up. Finally got a couple of rants in last week. That was good.
Yeah, we did.
Got that off your chest. Imagine if you didn't get that rant off your chest, how sick you really would have been.
I probably would have burned my house down. All right, yeah. So that's unfortunate about Tyler's rig. Hopefully he's back in shape and he can go on that trail run that's supposed to start this week.
Right.
That's a secret run, so we can't really talk about it.
I don't think it's that secret. They talked about it on their podcast. It's just their
did they?
Their run, yeah.
It's their run.
It's their run. So
the Snail Squad
they can run it if they want. I was I had every intention on going, but it's just not conducive right now in my life.
Could have put a Toyota badge on the front of your buggy and called it good.
No, that would not happen.
Just unplug 4 of the cylinders with spark plugs.
Yeah, right. That wouldn't work.
Ouch. All
See,
right.
don't make yourself laugh. Coffee.
Yeah, right. Onward and upward. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the racing world too. We haven't talked about racing in quite a while. We've got Ultra 4, man. We got Ultra 4 racing. Can we call it Ultra 4 racing since Mid America Outdoor?
Well, it is
I guess
Ultra.
we can.
Yeah, it's Ultra 4. They bought the portion of Ultra 4 for that series. So yeah, absolutely.
All right. So Ultra 4 Racing, they had their AOP event, which is the one that's held in Tennessee. It's I don't know if they renamed it, but we know it as the Teardown in Tennessee. They make bourbon.
Whiskey there?
I don't know if that might be a dry county, but 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 that's the Teardown in Tennessee race. That's I didn't watch it this year yet, but I'm sure it's available on YouTube. But that I watched it the year before, and it's that's the one that's in the trees, a lot of trees. It's very green back in Tennessee.
Right.
It rains there, I guess. So, but yeah, they had that race back on. We were on Adopt a Trail when this race was happening. It was June 18th, 2022. So they had the qualifying was on June 17th. It's probably a Friday. And then June 18th was the, let me look at the calendar real quick and just double check that. June 18th. So was Saturday, and June 17th was Friday.
Okay.
So they had different classes as they always seem to run. So they had the 4400s. They had the UTVs, the golf carts were running. They had 4 classes. Then I don't think I'm going to give us scores on those right now, but or the results. But they did have the 4500, 4600
golf carts. That was good, Chris. You could have really played off of that.
What's that?
Oh, and Jason Berry came in 18 under.
He didn't run in that race.
Oh, he didn't.
So. No, okay. I don't think I think his car is still in pieces. So.
It is, unfortunately.
So, and that's a long poke to drive to Tennessee from California,
right.
Or Nevada, or wherever he lives.
Yeah.
So anyway, they did the combined 4500, 46, 4800. So let's start with the 4500 mod class. So we got wait a minute, what's going on here? Race results. They don't give everybody. This is kind of weird. I don't understand. I don't understand. Not making sense to me. That's the 4500. Let's see. Let's do overall combined. Okay. That's better. So they did the combined results for all different classes. So we're going to go from top 10. Jody Ford, 4800 Legends class, 10th place. And then you had Diesel Krentz. Never heard of him.
Look at these great names.
I know. Diesel Krentz, 4500 class, modified, 9th place. Ryan Webb, 4800 Legends class, 8th place. Sean Rance, there we go. There's somebody we know, 4500, 7th place. Sean Haluk, 4800 class, 6th place. Cody St. Clair, 5th place in the 4500 in his 4500 car. Troy Digby in a Jeep. Ooh, there we go. His 4th place. And that's in a 4500 mod. And then Buddy Carlton, 4,800 car, third place overall. Trevor Foltz, second place in a 4,800 Legends car. And then somebody I've never heard of before, Evan Sherman, first place in a 4,800 Legends car. So congratulations to all those people that finished in the top 10 at Teardown in Tennessee.
Tear down for what?
Tear down for what? Boy, I'm going to watch that race because, I mean, I know every year the production gets better and better as far as where cameras are set and the drone work and whatnot. So I'm going to circle back. I got a little bit of time on my hands for next couple of days.
There you go. Yeah, well, you're in recovery. That's a good call.
Probably watch that race and see what the coverage was like there. I know it was tough because there's a lot of trees and, camera lines are pretty tough. Anyway, all right, moving on. So the 4,400 Unlimited. Let's see who played in the big boy race. Here we go. So let's start at number 10, Josh Bleiler. So an East Coast guy.
Yeah, Bleiler. We got to get them on the podcast.
Heck yeah. All right, number 9, Chad Hunt. And then Rusty Bleiler, number 8. So father and son. So dad finished 8th and son finished 10th. So that's cool. And then you got Aaron Smith is 7th. And then Chip McLaughlin, car number 4, finished 6th place.
Oh, Chip.
And then Cade Rod, 5th place.
Wow. There you go.
Casey Gilbert, 4th place. And then Tad Dowker. Never heard of Tad Dowker, but 3rd place, podiumed. And then, here we go. Paul Wolf, 2nd place.
There he is. Boy, he is making a move, man. Just came on the scene hot and just...
He's a loud dog.
Well, and he's proven that this isn't just a fluke, right? He came in hot, and he's right there in the top 5. I mean...
Oh, and he's covering all the races because he was out here for the NorCal Rock, the Ultra 4 races back last month. Yeah, absolutely. Then number 1, Eric Miller.
Yeah, I saw that. Good old Miller stepping in there. We hadn't seen him in a while, so that's good. I know he's been spending some family time, so that's great. Another
East Coast boy, so that's right near his backyard.
Right,
I think he's based in Pennsylvania or something. So right on. Good. Congratulations to all the finishers in those races. That's super cool. Like I said, I'm going to circle back and I'll, if I see it on YouTube, I'll put the links for the YouTube races in the show notes.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Right on.
And then the other racing that's been going on, we got local racing again. NorCal Rock Racing is wrapped up this weekend as we're recording. So that was again at Prairie City and just outside of Sacramento. So did not make it to this local race this trip, unfortunately. But I believe our
it's a little toasty up there.
Oh yeah,
it had to be a little toasty. It's a warm one this weekend.
It was hot there when we were there before.
Right.
It's probably another 5 or 6 degrees warmer this weekend.
Right.
So NorCal Rock Races. They have some results that have been posted up, so I can give you the 4,800. I don't know if these are probably official, but
they come out quick.
They come out quick. So Woody Rose, first place in the 4,800.
That's awesome. He, I know he would had some family, a funeral he had to go to, unfortunately, earlier in the week. So. He had a bunch of friends step up and get his car ready, and boom, man, that's awesome. He was able to deliver.
Yep, absolutely. And then Chuck Crossland, second place. And third place was James Hubbard.
Okay.
James Hubbard. So that was the 4,800 class.
Okay.
Let's take a look at 4,600 class because we got some names in there we know.
We know people.
So we got John Snell, first place.
Okay.
And then Megan Miller. Megan Miller,
right
second place.
there, second place.
That gal,
she finished second before.
Right? She's turning it up, man.
That's great. Her second race.
Never lift.
Second race and is on the podium again. I think D-Mel's going to have to step back and just dedicate his race program to her race program.
I think you're right. She's better looking than him too. So
exactly. Oh, that's perfect. Right on. Well, that's awesome, Megan. Yeah,
absolutely. And then here's a killer name. I mean, so this person's a local out of Tracy, Ryder Mudwilder.
Yeah, we know Ryder. He's driving the Ford Ranger.
Ranger.
He's been working on
place.
that. He raced KOH. Yep.
Ryder Mudwilder, third place out of Tracy, California.
Cool.
Congratulations to those top 3 podium finishers for NorCal Rock Racing in the 4,600 class.
All right.
All right, moving on. So we got the 4,500 class, and we know people here too.
There.
Yep, absolutely. So first place, Jimmy Jack.
Jimmy Jack and his wife. Yeah,
name.
they're always, they put on a good show, man. They're always hammered down, so that's good.
And then we got Justin Hall.
There he is,
place.
Justin second. He was fighting a rear axle spool stripped out on him.
Man, too many whoop-hows.
Yeah, so yeah, he does. He's got that new engine that's putting out some extra ugga-duggas there to the rear axle. So yeah, he stripped out a spool, was able to get a new one, and I guess the axle was good enough to get it in there and make it work. So it held together. So that's really good news for him. Because he's been fighting all these silly little issues that prevent him from finishing top on the podium. So so that's good.
Congratulations to Justin. He's going to be a new dad here shortly too, sometime later this year.
Yeah,
so they made that big announcement.
That's right.
Big announcement on
Father
Instagram,
Justin,
I believe. Father Justin. So perfect. Congratulate him on that. And then third place in the 4,500 class was Doug Filoni out of Geyserville, California.
Okay.
Third place. So those are your podium finishers for the 4,500 class at NorCal Rock Race.
Wow.
And then onward and upward to the big dogs. Who played in the Big Dog League? All right. Well, here's some names we know. First place, JP Gomez.
JP, the Gomezes were there. That's right in their backyard,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They just drive their cars down the street.
Exactly. Just right down the highway.
And there we got. So that's first place. Brendan Thompson, second place out of Nevada City. Congratulations, Brendan.
Okay.
That's awesome. And then third place, car number 83, Raul Gomez.
Wow.
So 2 Gomez brothers.
There we go. 2 of them on the podium.
So first and third. Yep, absolutely. So that's it. That's 4,400 class NorCal Rock Racing. Congratulations to all that finished and podiumed in the races there. I wish we were there. That would have been super exciting to watch, but I was out for the count.
Out for the count, huh?
So
yeah. Well, it's all good, and man, I'm glad that Goodby's got those, still keeping that NorCal series alive. And giving these racers an opportunity to go out there and show their stuff, Got a lot of money wrapped up in those operations, the cars, and just getting out there and fuel alone right now.
Oh my God!
Just getting to the track. So it's nice to have some local stuff where these guys don't have to travel all the way out to Tennessee to compete. But I know Justin's planning on going to Visions, so that's going to be cool.
Oh, cool.
So. I am so tempted to take a flight out there. We need to see if we can. I really want to check this out one of these years. So,
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
there's so much. Ever since MAO took over, things. The scoring has been faster. The results get posted faster, and of course the events are spread out throughout the country, which is a good and a bad thing. I mean, it's just there's more activity or more races for the participants to go to, but it's also more how they have to pick and choose.
Sure,
and of course looking at the scoring or the points race. Between the East Coast Series, the West Coast Series, and North Series, and how that all shakes out for the finals of the championship at the end of the year.
Sure.
But we have to try to make a road trip for one of those races further away.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yep, no doubt. Well, that's good. Well, there you look at you. Yeah, I'm glad you did your homework while you were sitting there healing.
One last little note: we have an Ultra 4 driver doing something a little bit out of the ordinary, but super cool nevertheless.
Yes,
our good friend Lee. Well, I don't know, a good friend, an acquaintance of ours, Levi Shirley. We had him on the show a couple times in the past.
Right.
He is out of Dodge City, Kansas. He is racing today. We're recording on Sunday, the 26th. He is racing his, Loretta in Pikes Peak.
Yes.
So he's going to take on all those turns and curves and see what kind of time he can post. He's racing in the exhibition division.
Okay.
For the Pikes Peak Race to the Top this year. So yeah, well, as soon as we know how he fared, I know if you've been following him on Instagram or Facebook, he's been posting a lot of his practice runs, and it's super cool. I mean, it's first of all, if anybody knows what Pikes Peak is, it's one of the tallest peaks in the United States. It's in Colorado. And, they do this annual race every year to see who can get to the top in the shortest amount of time. And of course, they have different categories. I know the fastest category now is, of course, the electric cars. And you can look on YouTube. They had a custom-built Volkswagen race car, battery race car that did this thing in like it's almost surreal watching this thing go through the curves and just way it launches back up the straightaways. It's like that just doesn't look natural.
Right.
But to have an Ultra 4 race car with 800 horsepower or whatever he's got that thing tuned for, to blast up and go through those turns and see him drifting. I mean, it's badass. Of course, doesn't have off-road tires. He's Yokohama set him up with
It's a street
tread,
tire, and it looks cool. The thing, the car's sitting down low, obviously not going over rocks, so it's
right.
Freaking stealthy looking.
Yep. So pretty badass, and I'm like I said, we'll report on his results either through IG or we'll just report it on the next episode.
All right, that's cool. That's exciting.
What else?
Getting some Ultra 4 racers cross-pollinating into other, racing. I like
Absolutely.
it. You like the
Very
way I
cool.
use that? Cross-pollinating?
Scary. All right.
I haven't even had coffee yet this morning.
Oh shit! I'm into my third cup. Okay, so we got we have a few reviews.
Oh yeah,
let's conduct some business, and we'll try to wrap this.
I got a good story too coming up.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's kick into some reviews, and remember, a 5-star review. We're not bribing. We're begging.
Are we? Okay.
If you give us a 5-star review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review and write a little thing, Jason, and then DM Jason on the IG, and he'll be happy to send you out a sticker. Which is always fun to represent, and we love seeing the stickers out on the trail, and even sometimes we see them out on the street, which
Absolutely.
is cool. So, all right, so we got this one review from Greg AZ Devil YJ. Ooh, a YJ driver. Better than Toyotas. Yes, they are. They have Jeeps, so they're already better than other Toyota podcasts. Little bit of tech, a little bit of interviews, and a lot of drinking. Keep up the awesome show. Sweet. Thank you, Greg from Arizona.
Right on. AZ boy.
Absolutely.
Over there in Mike and Max's territory. Mike and Max
Mike who?
Oh, thanks for stepping aside, boys. The Chartable's helping us out here. We're moving up.
We're number one in the world.
Moving
right
on up.
Oh, wait. I just stopped hallucinating.
All right.
Okay, then we got next one's here from West End Farmer via Apple Podcasts. Number one off-road podcast, 5 stars. My number one off-road podcast, hands down. If you want a laid-back podcast on everything trail wheeling, Ultra 4 libations, and the 4x4 adventure life in general, this podcast is for you. Every episode feels like you're sitting right there having a casual conversation with Jason and Chris and all of their great guests. I look forward to a new episode every week. Can't get enough of Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. Cheers, guys.
Right on.
Right on. Super cool.
That's sweet. Thank you so much. It's good to hear.
Absolutely.
Keep us going.
That's right.
Keep us motivated.
And then the last one, new review is from Dynamic Brad via Apple Podcasts. And it says this: I like Ultra 4 stuff, 5 stars. This podcast with these guys has become the one place to learn about what's going on with Ultra 4. Interviews with multiple drivers and always discussing about everything related. The months leading up to KOH are always great, from race prep to camp setup, Lance life to rig setup. What happened here? Between the two of them, there will at least be some wheeling, some wine, and some whiskey, and certainly some banter. It's worth a listen if you like off-roading and off-road racing. Sweet.
Well, there we go.
Thanks, Dynamic Brad. Awesome.
That's
very,
awesome.
very nice.
Thank you.
So, yeehaw. And then you said you had a story, huh?
Oh, yeah. Always got stories. Well, I've been out in the world the last week where you've been in your world.
I'll take you back to your world. Want to see my...
Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. All All right. So, it is Blanton's season.
Yes, it is.
Blanton's season. And so, in prepping for the Adopt a Trail, had to get some chow, right? Lunch
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Eddie took care of us Saturday night dinner, so I didn't have to worry about that. But so I had Friday night dinner and some lunch stuff, some snacks, ice, the basics. So I had a quick, short shopping list, and I didn't have much time. And I ran into the new Safeway near my house, and the new Safeway has its own liquor section now. So if you're going to buy...
Does it have metal what are these things? Metal detectors at the door?
No. It's just in the center of the store, and any alcoholic beverage, beer, wine, whatever, is all in this section, and you have to pay for it in that area, and then you can continue on with your shopping, but it's just their way of controlling it, right?
Sure.
So I was like, I started out to the produce first, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll go check and see if there's any Blantons. And I go, no, don't have time. So I've got like the angel devil going on the shoulders here, right? And I'm like, just you need to get in and out. All right, well, let me just take a quick look. All right. So I zip on over to the liquor section, go straight to the locked box, and behold, not one, not two, but like 6 bottles of Blanton sitting on the shelf in the locked box.
Did the skies open up?
Yeah, it did. I heard angels, crying, and I go, oh my gosh, here we go. And so I was like a kid on Christmas morning, and they were doing a shift change at the cashier there.
Uh-huh.
And so the new cashier starts up, and she clearly was not having a good day and not wanting to be at work, because I go over there, I go, hey, I'm all excited. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Can I get the liquor cabinet open over here? I need a few things. Well, what do you need? I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Easy, Karen. So,
wow.
I'm like, I better just, I'm just gonna, I gotta walk out of here with some Blantons. So, well, let me get the key. So she goes over there, then she can't get it unlocked. I'm like, oh, this is not happening right now, and she's MFing this damn lock. Finally gets it open. What do you want? And I pointed to the Blantons down at the bottom. So she grabs a box and hands it to me, and it's full. I'm like, all right, sweet. I go, I'll take a couple more. All right. And she's setting them, and because they have to carry them, anything from the case, they have to carry up to the register. What like you're going to walk away with it or something. I don't know.
Well, you should have just run out of the store like a lot of other
people.
So
so good old Safeway. If you buy 6 mix 6 of anything in the liquor section there, you get an even deeper discount. So I'm like, okay. Well, I, got to get some Woodfords, because that's always good. Woodford's Rye. And then they had the Woodford's Reserve, the Kentucky Derby edition. I'm like, well, got to have that. And then there was a Michter's small batch bourbon. And
that's a good one.
I just haven't had a Michter's that I haven't liked. It's just always good. So I'm like, well, there's my 6, right? So I'm like, all right, let's get this thing paid for and out of here. So I go out there, and she's ringing me up, and then the old totals just start dropping like, well, I can't think of a good metaphor right now. Anyway, well, I could think of one, but it wasn't appropriate for the context of the story. So anyways,
well, okay.
So I go, okay. So ended up getting the old Blantons there for the low price of $61 a bottle.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, 3 of them.
That prompted you texted, and I'm like,
I did.
I was at work, and I'm like,
I did.
On the way home from work, I raced into my Safeway, thinking maybe they were stocked too, and nothing.
No, nothing. But just keep looking. I've hit a couple more since then. And, I went back in to get 2 more bottles. So this is great. So I go finish my shopping. I go out, and I did text you guys. I'm like, hey, anybody want Blantons? Because it's right here. And I tried to call, our buddy Jim that lives in the area. I'm like, dude, you got to come by and get it. Because, sometimes they have a limit. Whatever. It didn't say there was a limit though, and I didn't want to clean out the shelf. So other bourbon hunters would be as surprised and happy about it as I was. But so I go back in after I get my groceries and everything, and she goes, "I was only supposed to sell you one. My manager's mad at me." I'm like, "All right, you have a great, terrible day. Whatever. Go. Bye-bye. See you later." So, but I did score 3, so that's cool. So
It's $61 a bottle.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Because if you go to any liquor store, an ordinary liquor store, mom and pop shop, whatever, it's going to be, 140, 160, significantly more than $61.
Right.
So
their normal price is $80.
Sure.
$80 a bottle at Safeway. And I'm like, okay, well, that's still a good deal. But then, you get the old discount there. So it drops it right on down.
So as we're all learning on Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, when you're on the bourbon hunt, definitely go to your big box stores like Safeway, Raley's, and whatever other regular grocery store you go to, and always look in that glass case to see what's in there and what surprises you may find.
And even if you're in a hurry, just go take a look. It doesn't hurt to look.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's always a chance. So, okay, well, we've talked about a lot. You got anything else?
Yes, I got a couple more things here.
All right, let it roll.
So, in speaking with Hustle Nuts,
yes, sir.
Jason Husband, he got some fancy, I'm going to butcher it, I don't know, it's a Z something 9 2100 Benford
engine?
V6 engine for his buggy.
Uh-huh.
But
more torques.
A lot of torques, a lot of horsepower. So he got it out of an Impala, and it's got more horsepower and weighs less than the 22 RE.
What?
Yeah, very cool.
So it's aluminum.
Yes. So, anyways, he's looking for a 700 R4 transmission, but with a 60-degree bell housing. So, if anybody out there has a 700 R4 with a 60-degree bell housing, hit us up. Hit up Hustle Nuts on IG, or you can hit up Chris or I on wheelingwineandwhiskey.com, or
that's right.
You can hit me up on IG. But yeah, so we're looking for a 700 R4 transmission, 60-degree bell housing. So there it is. I told him I'd put it out there on the podcast, on the airwaves.
Well, there you go.
See if one comes to him.
Ring us back and let us know.
Yeah, and then spoke with Jimmy Jett. And
Jimmy Jett.
He is putting together the care package for Charles Locke.
Oh, good.
In Australia. So Charles won our ultimate tire repair kit, the Morphlate Ultimate Repair Kit.
The giveaway, yes.
Yes, and so, he agreed to pay the additional shipping, and then so we coordinated with Jimmy because he had ordered some stuff from Snail Trail. And he says, well, I'm going to order some stuff from Wheeling Wine and Whiskey as well. So it was like this major coordination to get this care package shipped off to Australia. So Dirtbag Johnny, did our apparel for him and sent it to Jimmy. So Jimmy received that. And so he's going to package everything up. And then Charles Locke, in the meantime, also won one of the bolt extractor kits from the Gear Wrench tool month giveaway. Yeah, so he's got a hell of a care package coming in to Australia there. So
chances of winning if you're in Australia are quite good.
Apparently. So, so Charles, be on the lookout for that care package coming your way soon. Jimmy will be sending you a tracking number, and, hopefully it gets there before the end of the year. We'll see. I don't know what the current shipping status is now. So
we'll update that through the IG.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then, back on Blanton. So when we were up last weekend at the Adopt Trail, catching up with my messages on Sunday night, and Dusty Drone, we know Dusty Drone.
Yep.
He scored some Blantons too from his local grocery establishment.
Sweet.
I believe it was a Raley's or a Safeway. So yeah, so Alan scored some
Southern
bottles
California.
too. So they're out there. So look around.
Just got to be on the hunt, and hopefully you get lucky.
Yeah, got to get lucky. Got to get lucky. So it's better to be lucky than good. That's what I always say.
And if you hear about any other Blantons or great desirable whiskey scores, you can be more than happy to hear about it. You can post about it on the Barrel Society page at iRate 4x4. Also, if you're not a member of iRate 4x4, you can sign up at irate4x4.com, and that's free to register with irate4x4.com. And if you want to become a Barrel Society member, you can click on watch, listen in the watch, listen, and discuss area, Wheeling Wine Whiskey Podcast. On the right side underneath our big logo, there's all the different ways to support our podcast.
Right.
Not required, but definitely appreciated. And of course, if you want to get a hold of Jason or Chris, you can leave us a voicemail at 408-800-5169. Again, that's 408-800-5169. Be happy to play we'll be happy to play your message on the air. Also, as Jason mentioned before, you can send emails to us at Chris or Jason or Lorenzo at wheelingwinewhiskey.com. And don't forget about the IG, which is Wheeling Wine Whiskey. That's a direct connection to Jason. He's the one that manages that page.
Yes.
So beyond that, you got anything else, Mr. Green?
No, we got a contest coming up, so be on the lookout for that. Another contest coming up.
Another badass giveaway. Woohoo!
All right. And with that,
we're out.